Hey you, I want you to close your eyes and tell me, where does this sound place you? If you're anything like me, this sound fills your mind with autumn leaves fading in the dirt as a brisk air sets in for the winter. It rushes your senses with a feeling of warmth, a brief reprieve from reality to enjoy something simple, something familiar, something animated. The trilogy of Peanuts holiday specials has enveloped my childhood memories as well as my adult ones. Almost no series of animated specials has had the same level of longevity and cross-generational relatability that the Peanuts trilogy has had. It was upon my most recent annual viewings of these specials that something jumped out at me. Something almost eldritch amongst this family-friendly backdrop. Could it really be true, I asked myself. Nah, it couldn't be. Surely not. But possibly? The only way I was going to be able to find the answer to this zany question was to dive deep, find the source, and trace it back from there. If I can dissect how these films came to be, maybe I'll find something helpful. Hey editor, rewind it for me. Stop. Perfect. According to my notes, at any moment we should be getting a phone call from McCann Erickson, a New York-based agency representing Coca-Cola. Hey Lee! Oh, I forgot to mention, we are living through the memories of Lee Mendelson, a lifelong TV producer, and I may have altered some of the verbiage in this memory to update it a bit.
Hey man, what's up?
You're tight with Sparky, right?
Yeah? Why you ask?
It turns out Coke is looking for a family-friendly Christmas special to put on this Christmas. Does Schulz have a Christmas special we can use?
Oh, absolutely. I'll get you a script to review by this Monday.
Flippin' sick. Deuces.
Hey Sparky, I think I just sold a Charlie Brown Christmas.
What's that?
It's what you're writing tomorrow. Who do you think we should get to direct this thing? Maybe Bill?
Yeah, Mendelez is the only one I trust adapting my stuff. I had fun working with him on a Ford commercial.
Alright, sounds good, Sparky. I'ma hop on a plane. See you and Bill shortly.
Unreal. They wrote this whole thing on a single Thursday? It's honestly kind of inspiring. But I'm getting sidetracked. This isn't helping me answer my question at all. Editor, let's zip through the next 6 months, see if anything stands out. Well, I think that's the composer for these specials, Vince Guaraldi. He's an American jazz musician, just won a Grammy in '63. Looks like he just got off the phone with the team, looking super pumped about this one track he just shared. Wonder what it was. Oh, right. Makes sense.
Vince, these slap, but I gotta wonder about the opening song. I know you had it as an instrumental, but me and the boys are thinking it really needs some lyrics. What do you think?
Yeah, man, go for it. But you're gonna have to write them. I don't have the time.
Say less.
15 minutes? I spend 15 minutes on the can looking at shorts. This dude wrote the entirety of the lyrics in that time? Good grief. I'm starting to think maybe I'm the Charlie Brown in this story. Anyhow. Yo, they got real kids working on this? Kind of a bold call. I guess it explains stuff like this.
All I want is what I have coming to me. All I want is my fair share.
It does have a certain charm to it, though. In a way, it kind of highlights the innocence of Christmas, don't you think? Right, staying on task. Oh, shucks. Nothing good ever happens in one of these New York boardrooms.
Guys, I hate to break it to you. That kind of blew. If I could pull it off air, I would. Fortunately, we already got it scheduled for the TV guide.
Fellow Zoomers, I know you don't know what in the skibbity he just said, so let me explain. Back in the Neolithic times, there wasn't a way to pick when and where you could watch something. You also had no way of knowing what show was about to play next. So if you wanted to watch the next Ryan Trahan video, you had to buy a TV guidebook and see when it was scheduled to air. Clunky, I know.
So it'll air this year. Fat chance we'll air it next year. Such a disappointment. I really thought these comic strips would translate better to TV.
Bit harsh, don't you think? I wonder what the boys think of their work.
Lee, I think we've ruined Charlie Brown.
I wish I could say I disagreed, but I don't. Well, here's to hoping it doesn't completely bomb.
Well, golly gee, gentlemen, that all seems a little bit doomsday. Oh, the team misspelled Schultz's name on the credits? I guess they really weren't ready for what happened next. unbelievable. A ragtag team working on a horrifically small budget somehow managed to do that. Without this film's success, classics like How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Frosty the Snowman, and more would have never been greenlit. From Linus's biblical speech, the child actors, even the idea of adapting Peanuts to animation, this project swung for the moon and bounced off the stars. Somehow every minor or major mistake just added to the feeling of childlike wonderment that comes every December, offering an antidote to audiences' increasingly negative views on the over-commercialization of Christmas. You know, I think in the end, this message is why Charlie's wintertime adventures have held America's heart captive for all these years. Speaking personally for a moment, truth be told, I'm not the biggest fan of Christmas. Every year, I try to change my tune, but at some point, the commercialization, bitter cold, that cursed song, and the negative memories, they all just boil to the surface. It's slowly gotten better as I've gotten older, sure. But when I see green and red begin to adorn the shelves, I can't help but tense up. However, stories like these, they are the elixirs to my melancholic mood. Schulz's magic with Charlie Brown was so obvious in retrospect. Charlie Brown is America. He's the downtrodden soul. He's the Jimmy Spencer. He's the, well, me. When Charlie cries out, wanting to know the true meaning of Christmas, it struck a chord with generations of Americans, and for that matter, humans. When researching this video, I stumbled into this comment, and it really hit home that even in a country who adopted this European holiday, the message of Charlie Brown's Christmas, it's timeless, it's emotive, it's hope. Now wait a minute, y'all just let me scatter off trail. I'm in the business of detective work here. I ain't no moody historian. Wait, why did I do this again? Oh right, my outlandish question. Shoot man, is there really nothing in the history of these specials to support it? Editor, play it back one more time. I must have missed something. Wait, pause. Play. That's it! That's the smoking gun! I got him, baby! Ain't nobody better than me. Alright, I haven't told you what I was looking for, have I? Well, buckle your fuckles. We're about to go on a ride. DJ, revolve it. Here's the down low. See, while I do believe that Charlie Brown is our protagonist, I don't believe we are experiencing these stories through Charlie's eyes. Rather, I think old Schulz has something more distressing in mind. I believe that after finally finding this smoking gun, it all but confirms my suspicions. The Charlie Brown holiday specials are works of grandiose delusion from our favorite beagle Snoopy. You don't believe me? Well, I'll just have to convince you, eh? Editor, give me Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving, will ya? Have you all ever wondered why, and possibly how, Snoopy snaps between being just a regular old dog and a full human compatriot? This is why. Snoopy's mental hallucinations showcase him snapping in and out of reality at any given moment. First, let's start with his delusions. Here in Thanksgiving, we are shown Snoopy collecting mail, saluting his owners, hooping like Curry, playing Olympic-level ping pong with himself. It's only once Linus catches Snoopy that the mood changes. Snoopy is immediately more dog-like, having been, if ever so briefly, snapped out of his illusion. Not convinced yet? Next up, let's dissect the infamous chair fight scene with our new lens. On the surface, it appears as just a goofy side quip to show Snoopy fighting a living chair. However, if you can strap on our third eye, you'll see that Snoopy only sees the chair as living once it snaps him. What likely occurred here was that Snoopy got himself pinched by the chair, and through his reality, reimagined the chair to be real, and fought it. Any dog owner will know this story too well. Come home and bang, the dog has destroyed some piece of furniture out of nowhere. With our newfound third eye, we can realize that in reality, Snoopy had just destroyed a static chair. Trust, this goes on and on. Snoopy later goes on to have an entire fight with Woodstock from within his chest of TARDIS-like qualities, coming out with a full Pilgrim outfit and court gun. Now, of course, Snoopy wouldn't know what a real gun looks like, so he manifests a court gun. Watch closely as Snoopy's facade gets briefly shattered by Charlie. He reverts to a more dog-like behavior, on the ground, with just a simple sigh. He goes on to cook a full meal of childlike treats, such as jelly beans, popcorn, and pretzels, serving it to the kids and watching their conversations, but never participating. Almost like how a dog sees dinner, the pre-meal snacks falling off the table, the conversations she isn't a part of but can hear. It's all adding up. Watch this. When the kids reveal a trip to Charlie's grandmother, Snoopy initially celebrates like he's going as well, only to later reveal that he isn't going, as you'd expect. This forces Snoopy into a deep delusion as he proceeds to cook an entire Thanksgiving turkey for his bird friend Woodstock and feed him himself. This new lens allows us to finally understand this quandary. Woodstock isn't eating turkey, this is Snoopy's delusions. It all makes so much more sense. If you think I skipped over Christmas because it doesn't support this theory, oh no. Roll the footage. Opening shot of the film, and we don't see Snoopy at all. Just the kids down on the ice as we watch from afar. Almost as if to showcase from the opening shot that we are experiencing this through Snoopy's lens. Next shot, and suddenly Snoopy is with the kids, skating like Tanya Harding. Oh come on, that had to be a little funny, right? We can see the slips from reality to delusion here very well. At first, Snoopy is just skating around like the kids, but quickly he devolves back into a dog and ruins their time. Also, side note, if you've ever wondered what happened to Linus, in the original cut, Linus smacked right into a Coke sign. Right, Snoopy. In all of these specials, Linus showcases unreal skill with his blanket. However, if you deposit our theory, suddenly it all makes much more sense. See, Snoopy historically has hated that blue thread, so we can conclude that the skill Linus showcases isn't factually accurate, but how Snoopy sees the blanket, an existential threat that must be quelled. Snoopy is then seen decorating his doghouse to win a house decoration contest. And the bigger development, however, is his motivation to compete.
Win money, money, money.
A classic case of grandiose delusionment. To imagine oneself winning large sums of money. So what happens in our story? Of course he wins. A doghouse with a few ornaments wins a region-wide competition. But of course, as we both know, there is no competition. None of this to mention the moments where Snoopy plays the guitar, front and center on the stage, gets cast in a play, walking like a dog in one scene, only to be seen howling with the kids in the next. However, all of these moments pale in comparison to our strongest case, the Halloween special. From the very opening shot of the film, we get informed that this film will not be like the others. This film will be a much closer look into Snoopy's delusions, that for once we'll finally see the world as he sees it. Snoopy's presence starts innocently enough, helping Charlie assemble a leaf pile, only for Linus to cannonball into it. Simple stuff here, mimicking Charlie's emotions. Later, we'll see him dramatically act out emotive music, imagining a reality where Snoopy is a famous Hollywood actor. Just like in the other specials, we see breaks in his reality. As Snoopy is acting, he suddenly howls. So caught off guard from this snap, he scurries off. He's scared himself. For again, Snoopy does not view himself as a dog. Again, all just simple stuff. But quickly the lens in which we view this world starts to shift. Suddenly, this film shows us a view that we have yet to see. Now, unlike in Thanksgiving, Charlie the narrator acknowledges Snoopy's full costume efforts, subtle things like naming the model aircraft he's flying are mentioned. It's clear that we are now seeing further into the slipping mind than ever before. Then, bang! For the next 3 uninterrupted minutes, we get to see the full extent of Snoopy's madness. Watch carefully. At no point in the flight of our resident World War I pilot do we ever see the bottom of the doghouse. Colors shift and change rapidly, almost psychedelic in nature. He's seen crawling through increasingly complex worlds. Unlike in previous films where we only see the object shift, now the whole world is shifted. Suburban landscapes warped into French trenches, street signs adorned with foreign text, abandoned bombed out houses litter the street. This is Snoopy's mind. Then, just as quickly as it started, it's over, and Snoopy is at a house party with all the kids. He's back in reality. This is the moment I realized. This is the very sequence of events that led me, no, rather forced me into the deep dive. I had to find the smoking gun. Did Charles Sparky Schulz intend the audience to know this? Was there a directorial intent from Bill Mendelez? That's why I was so excited earlier, because I found it. I found the smoking gun. Our friend Bill Mendelez is the voice actor for Snoopy. He, in a very real sense, is Snoopy. Thus, it can be mathematically extrapolated that the director of these specials is Snoopy himself. So I hear you ask, could it be? Possibly. Is he right? Are all these films work of grand delusion from our favorite beagle Snoopy? Nah, that's probably not true. They probably just wanted to showcase childlike imagination through the lens of a cute dog. I mean, hey, they admit to such right in the middle of Snoopy's grand French adventure.
Here's the World War I flying ace, imagining he's down behind enemy line.
So if I don't believe it, then why did I make this entire video? Did I sit here and craft this entire crackpot theory just so I could gush about these beautiful works of animation? Yeah, actually I did. But that's just a theory, a core theory. I'll leave you all with this. In the early 60s, the San Francisco Giants celebrated our old friend, Charlie Brown. They led him out into the mound in front of all the adoring fans, getting to live his great delusion, being a Giants baseball player. A dream come true for old Charles. It's in this setting that Charles Sparky Schulz beautifully captures why Charlie Brown and his posse of misfit children stayed the test of time. Why us Zoomers relate to these characters more than ever. Take it away, Mr. Schulz.
And he would like to thank just everybody who has taken part in making this a day for all of us losers. For the world needs more days for losers. Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much for watching this far, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. It helps tremendously. And if you want to see more of this narrative storytelling, be sure to hit subscribe and click on the suggested video. Thank you.